What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OGGM, the West Coast Grognard, the king of the Scrub DMs. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the 12th day of October 2022. 12th day already. How did that happen so fast? Jesus Christ, this month, this year, this decade, this century, this planet. It's about a little bit sunnier today, maybe 65, 70 degrees and cloudy here at Site B. We had some rain and thunder last night. That was a surprise. You don't care. Time to move on to the real reason you're here. It's Wednesday, I think. Time to take a look at what's going on in the world of tabletop role-playing game products that might be on the shelves at your friendly local game store. So I'm going to go over a list of everything that supposedly was released this week and might be on the shelf by Friday. But if I say something that you're really interested in before you run over to Target or your friendly local game store or whatever, and then you get all upset because they don't have it. But the OGGM said it was out, especially with the holidays coming up. Oh, God. Black Friday. I know. But you said it in stock. No, the ad says a Target has it in stock. It doesn't say this Target has it in stock. Call ahead and make sure they have it in stock. Because, oh boy, it's holidays. And holidays mean Black Friday. Black Friday means people showing up for a TV. And when that TV's not in stock, oh yeah. So the ad says it's in stock. No, the ad says it was in stock at a Target. It does not say it's at stock at this Target. From Andrew McNeil Publishing, we have Oz. For D&D 5e / the OSR, this is a hardcover city setting for $35. It is a city urban setting point crawl full of secrets to discover via underground trains. And it's basically exploring the world of the Emerald City of Oz and converting it to OSR and or 5e. So it's system neutral. And obviously he's just trying to milk the 5e thing because the OSR and the 5e, although they do a lot of the same numbers, there's also a lot of differences between, say, generic system neutral OSR and D&D 5e specific. But I know gaming conversions to Oz have been done before. Urban setting point crawl versus like urban settings hex crawl. I'm not sure what a point crawl versus hex crawl is. That's something I'll have to look into because I'm hearing that word a lot lately. Anyway, so if you're looking for a D&D conversion of the City of Oz for $35, from Full Moon Enterprise, we have Shotgun and Sorcery and the Shotguns and Sorcery Deluxe Edition. Shotguns and Sorcery is $60 and the Deluxe Edition is $100. This is Dungeons & Dragons 5e setting. It's basically, it looks like somebody's doing a combination of Weird West and tech arcana kind of thing. And we see Arcane on Netflix. It definitely looks like they're trying to get Arcane on Netflix feels. It's based upon a series of novels by Matt Forbook. So, they're talking about, goblin steam towns and flying carpets and shotguns and wands, magic versus technology, Weird West, arcane punk. Yeah. $60, $100 when, War Machine's got theirs coming out and Eberron's already out. I don't know. What do you guys feel about the Eberron steampunk, arcane punk, post-battle chasers, let's mix magic and technology, but, place it in more of a industrialized Victorian world theme? When did this become a thing? Was it before Battle Chasers or after Battle Chasers? Was Eberron before Battle Chasers or after Battle Chasers? I mean, Battle Chasers really kind of restarted it. I guess it's always been there. I don't know why setting it in a sort of a Victorian setting became a thing. I guess people just like steam. It'd be interesting to do a deep dive into this aspect of the genre. I'll put it on my list. From Legendary Games, we have Legendary Hunters for Pathfinder. This is a $14 supplement. It adds some new stuff for Rangers and Beastmasters and stuff like that. So if you're looking for new ways to play a second edition Pathfinder Ranger, Beastmaster, Jungle Boy, Forest Boy, Wilderness Boy type thing, this could be for you. From Pellegrin Press, we have Drakenhall, City of Monsters, and the Book of New Jerusalem. This is for Cthulhu and 13th Age. I don't see the connection, but okay. Drakenhall, City of Monsters is $30. Book of New Jerusalem is $25. Drakenhall, City of Monsters is a city populated with monsters. So yeah, fantasy city with monsters, replacing limbs, urban planning notes, stuff like that. Book of Jerusalem is basically a Cthulhu type setting, modern day, alternative modern day. It's 1927. Exploring Jerusalem and England and stuff like that. So I guess the Drakenhall City of Monsters is for 13 Age. Book of New Jerusalem is for Cthulhu, but for some reason they listed them as together, but they're separate, and they're for two completely separate systems and two completely separate settings. Drakenhall is for 13th Age / fantasy, and Book of New Jerusalem is for Cthulhu / modern day. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure why you would do this. Two separate games, two separate products for two separate games using two completely different systems. 13th Age being a D20 OSR system, and Cthulhu, of course, being percentile. So, reasons? From Exalted Funeral, we have Slasher and Paranormal. I think we mentioned Slasher the other day. These are both $12 zine rule books. Slasher is a classic 80s horror film slasher type game. The DM plays the slasher and the players play the teenagers, or one player can play the slasher. Everybody else plays the teenagers and the DM just runs the other stuff. Then we have Paranormal, which is about a role-playing game where you play a ghost. So again, we have two different games being advertised at the same company on the same thing. So, I know, last week I mentioned about how it feels like the people who are posting these things are getting kind of lazy, and maybe it's time for me to look for another location to get these sources from. And again, this feels really lazy because here is Slasher, which is one game. Here is Paranormal, which is a different game. But they're from the same company, so we're just going to put them on the same post, and hopefully, you're not an idiot like the OGGM, and you can actually figure out that I'm talking about two separate games for two separate systems. From Clawhammer Games, we have Gravemire. This is a $75 hardcover rule book. It's a unique new system. It's a horror survival game, fantasy horror survival, using a system that's different than D&D. It actually uses a 2D12 system. Little love for the D12s. So yeah, horror survival, New Orleans, 1894, modern day type stuff. Gravemire, 2D12 modern day horror for $75. From Renegade Game Studios, we have Hunter the Vigil. Pick a name, okay? Pick a name. It's Hunter the Reckoning, Hunter the Vigil, okay? This is they're taking the Hunter license and converting it to 5e. How do you convert Hunter the Reckoning, the D10 dice pool system that is World of Darkness, to 5e and start adding things like classes? What class are you? Sabbat. I don't know if Vampire the Masquerade works in Dungeons & Dragons, but maybe. I don't know. Anyways, Renegade is now doing a lot of stuff with Hasbro, No, this does not mean that Vampire the Masquerade is now canon in Dungeons and Dragons. So this could be another, part of their deal with Hasbro. They do have a couple of the World of Darkness titles. Like, multiple people have tried to explain to me why there's so many different companies that are able to produce World of Darkness stuff. I guess it just falls down to the copyright wasn't filed the right way, so World of Darkness became open content, and one company grabbed one chunk, and one company grabbed another chunk, and a third company grabbed a third chunk, and then, whatever. So Hunter the Vigil is modern day take on the, where here's this world with vampires and werewolves, and instead of playing a vampire, you get to play the guys who go around and shoot the vampires. And here's a conversion of it to 5e from Renegade for $40. I'm sensing a theme. All these are Halloween/horror themed. From Monty Cook Games, we have The Darkest House. This is a hardcover adventure for $50. It's in a unique realm of horror made into an integrated campaign. Its format is optimized for online play with a frightening nature. It's also designed to increase the experiences between PCs, deeper, richer, and more powerful, presenting horror without actually being scary, because, horror needs to be safe now. And it's Monty Cook Games, so it'll come out, it'll be amazing, but he won't follow through with it like any of it, like all his other stuff. Pick one lane, Monty Cook, and stick with it. You still have stuff you haven't finished, like Poultice and Iron Kingdoms and Arcana Unearthed. That's it for all the tabletop print products that should be on the shelf at your friendly local game stores. We almost have one. All of them do seem to be horror themed. If I have a recommendation for this week, it's maybe the Exalted Funeral stuff. I really like the stuff they do, and it's usually pretty cheap. Or Hunter the Reckoning, just because, I'm a huge fan of Vampire the Masquerade. On the other hand, I don't get it, probably would be the Monty Cook stuff, because Monty Cook, again, he out of the gate, amazing, but he doesn't follow through. And then you never hear about the title again for 5 years, and then suddenly he's like, oh, I'm making a new expansion, Poultice, and people are like, what was Poultice? Anyways, that's it. If anything I said sounds exciting to you, they are all Halloween themed. Head on over to your friendly local game store and ask them to order it for you, or see if they have it in stock. Till next time, I'm the OG GM. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you have anything you'd like to see me change, let me know. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please take a moment to subscribe and support the OG GM Adventures, and check out my merch. It's the holidays, so buy everybody that's important in your life some OG GM merch and help me hit that 1,000 sub mark. Till next time, see ya. Happy Halloween.